Grab.
Inside and out?
Yeah, in my head.
Especially in your head.
There's like a going on all the time.
Going on? All right.
Crazy.
Okay. So I'm here at PAX East with my lovely friends Larcy and Mink. And
Hello.
Very, very green.
Yes.
Standing in front of a lot of greenery.
We didn't even plan this.
Nope.
No.
I mean, we sort of did. I let you know what I was doing. You let me know what you were doing.
You wanted me to be trash, and then I said that I was already trash. So.
True facts. I feel like contextualizing this. I'm dressed up as a trash Pokemon.
Okay. So we'll go from my left to right.
Okay. All right.
So we got. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Okay,
Just checking.
it's all right.
You
Yes,
make
yes,
the
yes.
L with your fingers, and yeah.
Okay.
They're both L's to me. I'm dyslexic.
So Larcy is dressed up as an Assassin's Creed mashup with Leafeon, and Carly or Mink.
Thank you.
Yes, all right.
Yeah, Mink.
You good?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. Dressed up as Trubbish.
Rawr. I'm a Gen 5 Pokemon that no one should care about.
And it makes this noise.
Does it really?
No.
I don't even know
made
it's
it
called.
up.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
It's like, I didn't even know. It's so bad.
I made that up.
Good.
Pulled it right out of my bone.
Good.
So, how are you both enjoying PAX so far?
I'm finding PAX a little bit overwhelming after all the COVID times, and
Yeah.
it feels like I haven't been to a large convention in a couple of years.
It's
but
because you haven't.
Well, I technically have because I did Fan Expo last year.
Good call.
But I spent half of it standing outside because the outfit I made last year was so hot that I couldn't be inside for more than like an hour.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't get to join you for that Fan Expo. I was still recovering post-op.
Yeah, that was a hard one. But I think I didn't feel overwhelmed by that because I was outside so much. But,
Right.
I mean, this time of year, you have to kind of be in the convention center. And PAX is like, you want to go around the vendors and see the tabletop games
Yeah.
and all the big stuff. So, really being outside is kind of a waste of time. So, it feels like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get our sea legs back.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
It's been a lot for me, too, because it's my first con ever in 2 years, so.
Oh, wow. This is your first. I think this is my, third, fourth. It might be my fifth con since the pandemic, like in-person con.
Well,
Right.
I've been to a bunch, but they just weren't big.
Right. This
You
is
gave a lot
definitely
of
the biggest.
small-time ones. Yeah.
Yep, I'm much more of a small-time con person anyways.
I mean, there's
could-
something to be said for the intimacy of a small con.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
That's where you get to meet all the people, have good, meaningful conversations that aren't just like, hey, nice costume, see you later, bye.
Yep,
See you, never, bye.
pretty much a compliment snipe.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan for compliment snipes.
Absolutely. Larcy, what was your favorite part about making that outfit?
Well, I actually made this about 3 years ago, 3-ish years.
Okay.
What was your favorite part then?
I overheard.
This was my first sewing challenge, I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I learned how to drape. I learned how to make certain things. One of them would be like a placket, which is like what you mount your buttons on to make a button-up shirt.
Okay.
I learned how to do coat linings. Like, this was a lot of like learning new skills, and I patterned all of this by myself. Like, I took like a concept from the games and I modeled it after Ezio from Assassin's Creed 2, but then I put my whole own spin on it, obviously, because I'm a Pokemon in the middle of it all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this was, I don't know, I'm actually really proud of it. When I brought it back out last fall for Kineticon, I was like, oh my god, I had something here. And there's nothing, like, I put it on, there's nothing I wanted to change about it or fix on it.
Yeah, that's always a great
I
thing.
mean, that's the holy grail for a cosplayer.
Yeah, and
put it
even
on,
like
it's
some
like-
of the battle damage I have from wearing it, like, I'm not
There's
even
no battle
mad.
damage. You're perfect.
Yeah, no, I don't see any.
You're beautiful. You're flawless. You look like an evangelist.
Well, my daggers have been played with a little bit too much.
Heck,
but-
I've played with your daggers before. That sounds
you know,
wrong.
that's
I'm so
okay.
sorry. Edit that out.
Hey-o!
No, it's just, I think I just like everything about this one. I'm just
Oh, it's
proud of
gorgeous.
it.
You look fantastic.
Okay, so then no worst part about making it? Or annoying part?
Well, it's always frustrating learning new skills.
Sure.
It takes a couple of go-arounds, and I had limited amount of fabrics to work with.
Right.
And the fabrics that I usually get are from like a salvage surplus kind of thing. Up in Maine, it's called Martin's. It's like It's where I get all of my crafting materials most of the time.
To the jingle.
But when you go and get stuff, the likelihood that you see it again if you go back even a week later is very slim. So I got what I thought I needed, and I had to make it work. So I did a lot of like prototyping before I actually cut into my real fabric.
You're so professional.
I wasted a lot of crap fabric because I was really anxious about the new things that I was learning.
Right.
And luckily, it kind of came out the way I wanted it to. I mean, there's a couple of strings here and there, but
You just chew them off. It's fine.
yeah, just gnaw them off like your arm.
That's right.
All right. Mink, you've had a crazy PAX in terms of panel-wise because you've done several panels.
I have done a couple panels, and I've got one more.
You got one more to go tomorrow.
Yes.
I was in your V-tubing one. It was fabulous.
Thank you. Bless your heart.
Yeah. Those have been going swimmingly so far?
Yeah, so far it's been really nice. So there was one panel that I was in that was more cosplay-centric.
Yep.
And that one I was a co-panelist. I wasn't the moderator for. So that's always a more relaxing role for me to be in. Because for those kinds of panels, I tend to do more of like the comic relief. Because my truest zen for panels is that 50% of your panel should be informational and 50% should be entertainment. So I like to, bump up that entertainment factor because it's just really fun for me.
Yeah.
I love when an audience laughs. That's what I live for. I'm a comedian.
Oh, yeah.
So my other panel, though, I was the moderator for, and I was herding 3 other cats along with me. So there was that was the VTubing panel, and that was the one that I felt a lot of pressure to perform because not only did I have the moderator responsibility, but I was also the one who was running all of the tech, and we were doing some pretty intense tech that hopefully didn't look like it was intense, but behind the scenes to set it all up was a lot.
I bet. Yeah, I could tell.
So I'm very excited because now my final panel is one that I'm actually an alternate for somebody who couldn't make it to PAX last minute. So this is going to be easy breezy. I have to do 0 prep for it. It's just come in and I get to talk about cosplay and charity and giving back to the community, and it's like, oh, woe is me. How will I ever cope? I'm very excited for that because it's going to be just solid relaxation time and just kind of like, hanging with the girls, It's going to be like one of those. I mean, you're not
I'm
gonna,
the girl.
You're not going to be here tomorrow,
I know.
so I can't say it's hanging with you, girl.
I'll be there in spirit.
You'll be there in spirit. You'll be my emotional support bird.
Yeah.
Or-
So your cosplay, it's not the April Fool's literal trash bag trubbish.
It is not.
But more
this is
so
the one I
the
actually cared about.
The one you cared about, the extremely extravagant, like Bell's ball gown-esque trubbish.
Oh my god, there's like 40 yards of fabric in this that you don't even get to see.
I mean, I've seen it.
Larcy saw it because she like burrowed under there like a weirdo Diglett, and I will never stop her because it's hilarious.
Okay.
But yeah, so this costume, most of the work that went into it is work that no one will ever see because it's all of the underpinnings, all of the petticoats and ruffles and tedium, which is kind of just hilarious because of course I go around and wear this and the people who followed me on social media were like, oh, I was kind of hoping you were going to wear the 20-minute costume you made of a trash bag and googly eyes. Sorry to disappoint. I didn't mean to disappoint my fans.
I think you got to add that on a bucket list for a convention at one point.
If it wasn't that the material of a trash bag was literally non-breathable, I would genuinely consider it.
Or see-through.
It is not see-through if you double bag it, which is what I did.
That's true. I just wore a bolt of fabric.
Girl, you gotta double
that I cut
bag.
into. It wasn't even even. It had like slices in it.
Which is what made it an excellent trubbish.
Right.
And I just gave myself pigtails made out of fabric.
You just remember, you can't spell trubbish without rubbish.
Yeah. And then I posed with actual trash from my house.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I posted in front of my trash cans.
I then had to take a purge shower because I touched trash bags full of trash.
Oh, crap, I should have done that. I almost got into my trash can for one of the photos, but then I smelled my trash can and was like, nope.
No, thank you.
Hard pass.
That's a big ol'
That's a big old
X.
no thank you.
No. So what was your favorite part about making that outfit?
Oh, nothing. All of it was a struggle. No, I'm kidding. I think my favorite part was when I actually was close to finishing it and it finally was coming together, because with a ball gown, a lot of it is so much tedium and so much effort, and you have to sit there and be like, God, I hope this looks good when it all comes together.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm putting in a lot of work, and right now it kind of looks trashy.
Yeah. Been there, done that.
I know, not even a pun intended. So when I had finally made the first of the 2 overskirts, that was when I was like, oh, you know what? I kind of like this.
Okay.
Oh, I kind of love this. And that was,
Yeah.
I think, when I hit that turning point, that was when things were coming along better for me. Because up until that point, it was just like, God, this is boring. It's taking 5 ever, and it looks terrible. I really hope it turns the corner. So when it did, I was like, oh, okay, we're good now.
All right, and then I guess it was just how tedious it was. You could say that was the most annoying part of the outfit.
For sure, because nothing that I have on my body right now is challenging to make. It is just boring. Like, making a petticoat from scratch is not a challenge. It's just boring. It's math and boring.
I feel like it could. Yeah, it is.
Well, because you just have to sit there. And now I have a special sewing machine that gathers fabric for me. It just takes a long time when you're gathering literal hundreds of inches of fabric. I think the largest piece I had was like 36 yards of fabric in a single piece. And I'm sitting there running it through my serger, having that all gathered down to, 18 yards of fabric so I could sew it to the previous layer. So it's just, it's a lot of tedium, but it's really worth it in the end.
Yeah.
But I also had to do that 4 times. That was the tedium.
Right. Okay, and then I guess the last part of this little interview here, so throughout your time at PAX, what has been the most favorite thing that you've seen? Either you saw a wandering cosplayer nearby, or you bought something really expensive or really flashy, or you ate some really good food, or...
I have 2 things.
Okay, what you got?
1, tiny dice.
Oh.
I live for tiny dice.
I didn't know that. I'm going to shower you in tiny dice.
Yeah, I love tiny dice. I go out of my way to buy tiny dice. Little tiny.
Oh boy.
Baby dice.
Choking hazard
and
dice.
I find them and I go, tiny dice, and then I shake them and everybody's like, she's crazy.
I love it.
Yep.
Second one was, I definitely had a moment with my friend Pasha Vixen.
I
where I walked up and...
Where the hell is she? I can't find her.
We're both playing Elden Ring.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she was dressed up as Melania, there we go. I keep messing up her name. Literally just beat her the other day.
It's hilarious.
So I walk up to her and I'm like, oh my God, I love your cosplay. Please selfie with me. And she goes, yo, Larcy. I'm like, oh,
that's amazing.
Crap, it's you. I'm like, I thought you were going to do this. She's like, no, I've been working on this. I'm like, well, okay. Had no clue. Talking to my friend here this whole time, gushing over their costume. And they're like, know exactly who I am. We hang out. And then they're like, listen. And I'm like, oh.
I love that. That's the best.
Oh, man.
Well, she had her helmet down. So I couldn't see
how could you have known, yeah.
And, mask policy being what it is, how could you see your beautiful face?
And then she's just like, oh. And I'm like, of course. I should have known. Shorter than me by just like a smidge. There's nobody out there who's shorter than me.
Well, children.
Except her.
And children.
We wear the same, like I wear a pair of her shoes all the time that she gave me. She's the only person I know who has the same small feet as me.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a child size.
I love her. She's amazing. I hope you find her because
I got to try to see her because this is my last day here.
Cosplay today is incredible as always.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to her coming up to my house hopefully this summer. So.
Nice.
Yep, love her to pieces.
I want to come when that happens.
Yeah.
So,
come be main gremlins with us.
Okay. Well,
we'll be squatting in the woods, I'm sure.
Beautiful.
It's a good time.
I quiver with anticipation.
That's what I would take her right out to the wilderness. She likes being out in the outdoors too.
I will endeavor to bring sneakers.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what's my favorite thing I saw? Ooh.
Saw 8 did.
Well, probably me.
Yeah, favorite thing all 3. Well, it was Larcy.
You were my default anyways.
See, it's challenging because I saw so many really cool things. I did so many really cool things. I would say probably my favorite thing to do, and this is going to sound really cheesy, was like I really love doing panels. The best part of the VTubing panel that we did is when we finished, there were so many people who still had questions for us.
Yeah.
That the enforcers actually gave us another room right next door to just do Q&A.
Yeah.
And so we did like an entire other hour in another room doing Q&A and just like hanging out with people who wanted to talk about like VTubing and our experiences. And there was something so genuine and beautiful about that experience that just like it melted my heart. It made me so happy to be a part of it, and it energized my batteries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
During this pandemic, I went from thinking I was an extrovert to then, COVID happens, and I'm like, maybe I'm actually an introvert. I'm going to settle on Omnivert, but that Q&A session, that charged my batteries. That was brilliant. I loved it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's the perfect way to wrap it up. I mean, I've been having a blast so far. Got to hang out with you, both of you,
True.
Practically every single day.
It's true.
It's great.
True. You were part of our adventuring party.
Yeah.
I'm a wild Larcy.
When are you
I
not?
pop in and then I pop out.
When are you
Well,
not?
that made you popping in all the more
You're
enjoyable.
A wild
so,
honeymoon stallion.
Honeymoon stallion. I've never heard that.
No,
So
that's
now
you.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
wrap up the day, go home, and then go back tomorrow and cuddle with my cats.
There you go.
So, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed this interview, and who knows, maybe they'll be back on again sometime soon about the whole con itself. I don't know. I gotta figure that out.
Derailing whatever plans you have for the podcast.
We're so good at that.
Yeah.
High five.
Just the best.
Turkey. See, it was a turkey.
Oh, I get it.